Good Thursday evening, meteorologist Jordan Young with you. I am tracking a storm system, you've probably heard about it, that's going to be bringing some snow, sleet, freezing rain, and even some rain to the Carolinas. I've got the GFS computer model pulled up right now. This is the 18Z run, and you can see our storm system back over California coming in on the coastline. It moves through Mexico, as you can see, entering Texas. This is going to begin to pick up moisture as we move into the early morning hours on Saturday, and then by Saturday afternoon, that area of upper level energy is now beginning to interact with us, and we would be seeing a lot of moisture surging northward. Also notice this piece of energy back over the west. This will be the key to the forecast in how long the snow, sleet, freezing rain kind of remains around. Some of the computer models has this lingering as we move into the Monday time frame, and it all depends on how the system interacts with this secondary piece of upper level energy. But the first main portion is expected to move in as we go through the morning hours on Sunday. That's when the heaviest will be coming into the area. So this is the GFS, and you can see as we move through Friday, the weather will be fine. We're not expecting any major snow, sleet, freezing rain, none of that on Friday, and for much of the day on Saturday. But the models have kind of been moving up. The GFS kind of has a band starting to develop. This is around 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and notice how some of the snow and rain is starting to break out across the Carolinas. And as we move into the evening hours on Saturday, some of that snow really starts going, and overnight Saturday into Sunday, we're in periods of very heavy snow, sleet, freezing rain, especially north and west of I-85. Right now it looks like I-85 will be the rough cutoff line for this system. Now the GFS model has got the rain snow line a little further south than where I think it will actually be. I actually think it will run pretty much right along 85 just to the north and west as you move up towards the Raleigh-Durham area. And then the system wraps itself up very nice. As you can see, this is Sunday evening and we're still dealing with some snow. And the GFS keeps it lingering around with that secondary disturbance coming in. This has got snow still falling as we move through the morning hours on Monday, and then finally beginning to taper off as we move into the overnight hours Monday. So there's a lot of questions with just how the temperature profile of the atmosphere will be, and that's really the key to the overall setup of this storm system. So you can see right here as we go back, let's go back and let's pull up what the temperature is going to look like aloft, and this is at around Sunday morning, and you can see where that rain snow line is roughly setting up in the upper levels of the atmosphere. This is around 5,000 feet up, and it's a good place to look at to notice any warm nodes that will change the snow over to sleet and or freezing rain. So you can see that rain snow line running right across the Carolinas, and that is the key to the forecast. Where does that set up at? And where that sets up at will be the areas that have to deal with sleet and freezing rain, and even a cold rain if the warmer air even makes it down to the lower levels of the atmosphere. So all that has been taken into consideration for my forecast. And my current accumulation forecast is this. This is my first map, and this is subject to change as we move closer. As we look up in the mountains, we're looking at 10 to 20 inches of snow across much of this area. Now this could also mix with sleet, so this is a snow-sleet accumulation. As you move out into the foothills and parts of the Catawba Valley, around 6 to 12 inches of snow. A narrow band of 4 to 8 inches of snow will separate that band before you move down in towards the Charlotte area and just east of Greensboro. We're looking around 2 to 5 inches of snow and sleet in this area, and this area could be dealing with some of that changeover to a cold rain at some points. It really depends on where that rain snow line sets up, and as we continue to get a better grip on the exact track of the storm, we'll be able to better define where that line will set up. As we move on south and east of I-85 towards the Raleigh-Durham area, on back towards Monroe and those areas, we're expecting 1 to 3 inches of snow from this snow and sleet, that is. And that's mainly because of a very warm upper level atmosphere, and also that warm nose and the warmer air coming in at the surface. As we move towards the coastal plain, there could be a couple areas that do see a quick dusting to an inch of snow, but most areas here will be a cold rain for the majority of this system, but a couple areas could see a quick dusting to an inch of snow, but they will be battling a lot of warm air coming in, and I'm not expecting a lot in this area. On my website, I've got a blog post that breaks down the entire forecast zones and what kind of to expect. You can go to my website, wxjordan.com, and read all about what you can expect in your specific area. Now, once again, this map is subject to change as well. I will continue to keep you updated with all the latest trends in the model data. You can follow me on Facebook, WXJordan. You can also follow me on Twitter at WXJordan. I will be keeping you updated as all the new model runs come in and we continue to hone in on that track. You can also expect updated snow and sleet accumulation maps to be issued on Friday and Saturday before the system does get here. Thank you. I'm meteorologist Jordan Young.